Hey guys, it's been a long time since we've been on the channel, longer than the normal international break because we've also had some FA Cup and then European action. But yeah, after almost 3 weeks, we are now back to the channel for another Premier League game week. It's game week 32. The Premier League run-in has now officially begun. Only 7 more games to make or break a club season.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It seems like some of the teams played a month back. Yeah, that seems. I don't know. FA Cup could have been shifted to this week, and Premier League action could have started last week. But yeah, that's how it is. So we start with Friday night football. West Ham United against Wolves.
Yeah, a big game at the bottom, majorly for West Ham United. They'll be hosting Wolves in this one. Wolves have won the last 3 meetings in all competitions between these two sides. But this time I can see that going differently because West Ham have something to fight for. They're 1 point off Spurs and 3-4 points off Nottingham Forest. They really want to climb out of that relegation zone right now. Wolves it's just a matter of time until they get relegated. They've fought at least, and they can leave at least with their head held a bit high. They have tried recently. I'm going to see this one ending in a draw because I feel like Wolves, the pressure is off them now to get results, and that will help them score a few goals and play free-flowing football. Rob Edwards will help them secure a point here. It'll also be a good point for West Ham, but they'll be disappointed they didn't get all three. 2-2 and Bowen to score.
Yeah, as you are saying, this is a very important game for West Ham United, and they don't want Nottingham Forest to go too much ahead of them, and that is very important for them. And they have to win this one, and that's what exactly they will do. West Ham United will beat Wolves 3-0, Souček to score, and yes, they will put Tottenham in the relegation zone tomorrow.
Okay, now to North London for Arsenal against Bournemouth. Arsenal's form has dipped significantly recently, but it doesn't matter because they won the quadruple in March.
Yeah, that's surprising how these media outlets work.
But recently it's all falling apart for Arsenal. First the Carabao Cup final, then Southampton.
Yes, I would not say falling apart because they are still in.
But if they lose this one,
tournaments where they want to win, if they lose this one, then they are giving an opening to Manchester City. So for them, it's very important to win. It was very important for them to win against Sporting also, which they did. And exactly that's what I'm thinking they will do against Bournemouth, because Arsenal played a very different team against Southampton, and still they had so many chances to put the game to bed, but they did not. And when you do not do that, then these teams can hurt you. So that's what happened against Southampton. Bournemouth also is not an easy team. They play with very high confidence, very high level football. It will not be easy, but I would say Arsenal will beat Bournemouth here. And Odegaard, the captain, will score for them. 2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, I agree with you in all what you're saying. Arsenal's going to narrowly win this one. 2-1, it's not going to be easy. Victor Gyökeres, he had an incredible qualifying campaign with Sweden. He's going to score.
Yeah. Burnley against Brighton.
Yeah, Burnley only won one game against Brighton in their last 9 fixtures. That was in 2018 under Sean Dyche. So you expect Brighton to get the one. It was a really good performance for them against Liverpool just before the break.
They were good. They were good. At the same time, Liverpool were bad also.
But their counter pressing and everything was...
Yes, they are that sort of team. Very energetic, very on the front foot all the time.
I can say that on their day they can beat any team in the Premier League.
Yes, of course. I totally agree with you. But this one also, they will beat Burnley. Burnley low at confidence at the moment. Not going good for them. Brighton will beat them. The score will be 1-0. Mitoma to score for Brighton.
Yeah, I feel like Burnley is that one team who you most of the time should be beating, but sometimes they can just score one goal and try to cause an upset. But it's going to be a Brighton win here. Burnley will score, however. 3-1 and Welbeck to score. He's been really good recently.
Yeah. Brentford against Everton.
Two teams who still have hope for the Champions League.
Who would have known that?
Yeah, both at 46 points, 7th against 8th here at the G-Tech. Previously, when this game first happened at the Hill Dickinson, Brentford comfortably won 4-2. Igor Thiago had a great game. This time I see it being a bit closer. Everton, both teams have not played since the international break, so 3 weeks rest for both of them, and to prepare for this one, other than the players who went out for the international break. I see this one ending all square. Everton had a good win against Chelsea before the break. Really nice. 3-0 comfortable. Brentford is also playing well right now. The attacking front three is linking up really well and causing issues for opponent defense. This one's going to be a draw here. 1-1 and Iliman Ndiaye, the Senegalese striker, to score.
Yeah, this game is for football romantics. I mean, other than the top six teams, there are two teams who are fighting for Champions League places. That's amazing. And now,
Yeah.
when fifth place is now for the Champions League, so they are really into it, I would say.
Yeah.
And the one team which will win here will have a good chance to upset few things. But for me, the pressure will be too much to handle. These teams, when they are free of pressure, do not have any pressure, they play good, especially Brentford. When they have under a bit of pressure, when people want them to win, at that moment they lose the momentum and they get under pressure. So this will be that kind of game where both the teams would uh, don't want to lose and end up playing a sort of not really attractive football, and the game will draw. I agree totally with you. Both the teams would like to not lose this game, and that will make this game a bit boring, and a draw 1-1. Tarkowski's header will save a point forever.
Okay, keep speaking on the Champions League front. Liverpool against Fulham at Anfield. It's gone very wrong recently for Liverpool in all three competitions which they're participating in.
Yeah.
3 defeats in a row, but now they return to Anfield after a long time. The last game they played at Anfield was their victory against Galatasaray. So yeah, we really need a victory right now, but I just don't see it coming. It was not a good performance against Man City. It was not a good performance against PSG. And with another game on Tuesday, just 3 days after this, you might expect a bit of rotation. Fulham is really well drilled, and they're the only team which has been in the Premier League both seasons. Ever since Arne Slot came, they've been in both seasons. They're the only team who he has not been able to beat. And I see that run continuing. Fulham will cause an upset here and take a point from Anfield. 2-2. Anfield isn't as daunting as it used to be, and Salah to score now that he's announced he's leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah, you are right about Liverpool, every bit of it. But I would say there were a number of factors of Liverpool's form this year. Starting from maybe many new players, 4, 5, 6 in the starting 11, and that's what Slot started to do. In the beginning itself, he put everybody in the team, did not give people to gel in well, did not give time, and then injuries, and then Jota's thing, everything took toll on this Liverpool team. And then it's at the moment they are low at confidence, not playing really great football, maybe tiredness a bit more, maybe mentally they are tired, not the physical.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it was so easy for Man City and PSG to thrash them, and both the games I didn't see Liverpool doing anything. This will be a bit different for me. At Anfield, Liverpool fans will try to back their team, try to give them a little bit of confidence, and Anfield crowd will have a warm up for the PSG game. That's what I'm thinking. That will help us. 2-0, easy victory for Liverpool. What's to score?
Okay, now to the Midlands for Forest against Villa. Two teams who played in the Europa League on Thursday. Nottingham Forest drew thanks to a freakish own goal, and Aston Villa got a comfortable victory against Bologna at the end with Ollie Watkins bagging a brace. For me, I see both teams not really focusing on this fixture. For Villa, it's more important. For both teams, actually, it's important. But
Yes.
Forest have got a little bit of a buffer now, and Villa too. The Europa League might be the main topic of focus for these teams now, and that's why I can see a bit of rotation in this one. But Villa's second choice team is probably better than Forest's second choice team, and for that reason, they're going to get the win here. 2-1 victory, and the Englishman Morgan Rogers to score.
I don't think Nottingham Forest will play their second choice team because Vitor Pereira, after the game against Porto, he emphasized that it is important to be in the Premier League. And some of the substitutions what he made after 60 minutes were because he wanted to play his best team against Aston Villa, and that's what he will do, and that's what make this team difficult, make this game difficult for Aston Villa. That's what they will do. Difficult game, but then somehow it will end up draw. That's what I'm thinking. Watkins to score for Aston Villa will save some points for Aston Villa. Yeah.
What's the score?
1-1, Watkins to score.
Crystal Palace against Newcastle at Sellers. Crystal Palace have one Premier League win in their last 10 at home. Newcastle had the defeat at the Tyneside derby before the international break, right at the end, thanks to Brian Brobby. For me, I just see this one written all over as a draw. 1-1 and Gordon to score.
Yeah, I will go for Newcastle victory, well rested and a good team. Some of the players are coming back from injury. Crystal Palace played on Thursday, Conference League, and that will backfire a bit. Yeah, Newcastle 2, Crystal Palace 0. Barnes to score for Newcastle.
Okay, Sunderland against Tottenham. There's a new man in the dugout for Spurs. Roberto De Zerbi has finally come, and he has 7 games to save this team from utter humiliation and relegation. Which, when Tudor came, you still thought, oh, eventually Spurs will get out of it, but they're not really. It's going to be his first game, and I feel like Sunderland, despite recently falling down a bit, despite the Tyneside victory, they still have that home crowd, which gives them a bit of an edge, and I see that backfiring. De Zerbi hasn't had too much time to work with his team. He's still figuring out what his best 11 is. A few players are returning from injury now, but Sunderland are going to cause an upset here. Another one for the ages at the Stadium of Light. 1-0 win for Reggie Lebris's team, and Brian Brobby to score another late winner.
Yeah, I will give Tottenham here because De Zerbi is a good coach. Tottenham has some very good players. They needed a specific type of coach, a good coach who can arrange them, organize them. Tudor was exactly opposite of it. He could not gain confidence of players at any point of time, and some of his statements were not helpful either. De Zerbi is making all the right statement. He also apologized for his Greenwood comments lately, and so I would go with De Zerbi here. Tottenham win 1-0 against Sunderland in Stadium of Light. Summons to score for Tottenham.
Okay, United against Leeds. There's a bit of a rivalry here on this Monday Night Football, and I figured out why. It's basically along in the 14th and 15th century, there was a battle called the War of the Roses between the House of Lancaster, the Red Rose, and the House of York, the White Rose. And that has been a long time rivalry, but ever since both these clubs became successful in the football aspects in the 60s and 70s, this rivalry has sort of renewed despite them being 40 miles apart almost. So yeah, that's why there's been such a big rivalry between United and Leeds fans, and Old Trafford's going to be buzzing for this game. Both teams are in good positions to secure their aims. Man United sit third with a good chance of getting Champions League football, and Leeds do sit in 15th position and have a good chance of survival if they can get some points. I see this one going Man United's way. Old Trafford will be buzzing, and it will help them secure a victory in a very good game. 6 goals, 4-2 to United, and Bruno Fernandes to score.
Yeah, it will be a good game. And Manchester United, right at the front of Champions League return. They are playing really good, well rested every week, and that is helping them a lot. Leeds on the high after reaching semi-final of FA Cup. They tried not to reach very hard, but then somehow they reached
right at the end.
Yeah, but this one, because of the rivalry, they are going to play a very attractive game. Both the teams will go for it because they don't have anything to lose here, and it will be a good game for a neutral to watch. But for me, I also agree with you. Manchester United will just nick it 2-1. Mbeumo to score a winner for Manchester United there.
Okay, match of the week, Chelsea against City at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, that's a good game. I think Manchester City is now getting into the groove.
Mm-hmm.
They are playing really good football. Now Pep understood his best 11 and he is using them. Rodri is back. Carabao Cup winning, helping them, and they are right. Everybody is now of the opinion that Manchester City is going to give hard nights to Arsenal. What do you think?
Yeah, I see that happening.
Yeah, but this game, Chelsea, some of the late disciplinary action against Enzo and some couple of other news. People want to leave Chelsea. That's not good for a camp, but somehow they are in the semi-final of FA Cup. They have a good team, young team. They can always surprise Manchester City, and they will challenge their defensive line. For me, this game will be very good, fast-paced, at a high level, high intensity, but Manchester City's experience, Manchester City's now renewed confidence will help them. 2-1, easy victory for Manchester City. Haaland to score.
Yeah, Man City seem like they have really now entered their groove. Normally it's in those December, January months, but now it's happening here, right when it really matters.
Yeah.
I see this one ending in a draw. I think Chelsea's home support will help them. They put 7 past Port Vale in the FA Cup, but that's not really saying much considering they're the worst team in League One. I see this one ending as a draw. Man City play good football, but Chelsea can hurt teams on the counter. I feel like then when Chelsea are underdogs, they perform better than when they are expected to win. 2-2 draw here, and Ryan Cherki had a great game against Liverpool. He even wanted to join the Liverpool team on the bench. He's going to score.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it this weekend. Thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you again.
Thank you.